What's up guys, welcome to Voicey here. This is your host that loves unsweetened peach tea. Recommend a good place to get that stuff from. Captain Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. No, seriously, please tell me where to get some good unsweetened peach tea. That stuff is good. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. This story's called Entitled Mom Wants a Newer Model. This just happened a few hours ago. I'm gonna make this a short one since I'm on my phone and on lunch. Me again from the animal shelter, which is a magnet for the crazy and over-entitled of the world. Enter 60-year-old grandma. She comes into our shelter with this tiny little poodle that is skin and bones, missing hair and blind and seemingly deaf. The dog looked like it died months ago and didn't know it. Well, entitled grandma brings this dog in and says it's a stray she found. We ask her the basics. Do you live in this county? Is one of the biggest questions we ask. See, what some people don't know is that every county in a state has its own county animal shelter or animal control facility. Any stray animal found must be brought to that county shelter, usually within 48 hours of finding the animal. It is illegal to take a stray animal from one county and surrender it to an animal shelter in a different county that you don't live in. Now, that being said, entitled grandma doesn't live in this county. However, she claims to have found this dog running down the road in our county. Okay, it happens. We take the dog in and I get called to do its medical exam. I make sure the dogs and cats and whatever else we get has their proper shots and medication so they don't get sick while here, or if they are sick, so we can at least start getting them healthy. This requires a lot of wrestling with big animals that can kill me if they timed it just right, who don't want to take their pill or get a shot. So I take the little poodle into the back, and the first thing I do is scan any animal coming in for a microchip. Chip comes up instantly. I research the chip, and sure enough, it's from the next county over that entitled grandma lives in, registered to that county's animal control. This is a red flag for me. This tells me it's her dog. However, I follow through and contact the next county's animal control. They pull up the chip number and give me the owner's name, address, and phone number. It's not entitled grandma. Okay, I think to myself, well, I've been wrong before. I call the owner on the chip. The owner isn't entitled grandma, but it turns out the owner is entitled grandma's daughter. Hello, is this entitled grandma's daughter? Yes, who is this? Yeah, I'm me from County Animal Shelter. Are you missing a small elderly poodle? No, I got a poodle for my mother, entitled grandma, as a present back in 2016. Did it get lost? No, your mother brought it in and told us it was a stray she found. She falsified information on a government form and abandoned her animal. These are pretty serious issues. She needs to come get her dog now. I understand. I will call her and make sure she comes and gets her dog back. About half an hour goes by and my desk phone goes off. It's entitled grandma's daughter. I think, okay, this is them telling me they are coming back. Nope. County Animal Shelter, this is me speaking. Entitled grandma's daughter, sounding very frustrated. Yes, this is entitled grandma's daughter. Entitled grandma isn't coming back for the dog. She says she doesn't want it anymore because she thinks it's old and ugly. She demanded I get her a teacup chihuahua instead. Well, that's between you and her, but either you or her need to come get this dog, as it's an actual crime to surrender your animal to a shelter in a county you don't live in, let alone the animal abandonment charges and putting down false information on a government form. I understand, but I work in other county and can't make it in time to get the dog. Then your mother needs to be an adult and come get her dog. She's got till the end of the day, otherwise we will be filing a police report. Well, she's old. She shouldn't have to deal with this kind of stress. She should have considered that before she lied to us and abandoned her animal. Have you seen this dog? It's skin and bone. You are aware that animal cruelty is a felony in the state, right? Fine, I'll come get the damn dog. We close at posted hours. She hangs up. I go to lunch. I doubt I will see her or the mother, but I'm true to my word. If they don't get here by the end of the day, they're gonna be dealing with the police instead of us. Quick update. With 3 minutes left to go till we close and no entitled grandmother's daughter or entitled grandmother in sight, this will now become a police matter. I gave them plenty of time to get here, now they can deal with felony charges. Edit 2, no word from mother or daughter either. I doubt they'll show up again at this point. The poodle is doing great though. She's getting the food and medication she needs and already seems more energetic. The plus side is, in shelters, the smaller dogs always tend to get adopted first, so once she is medically cleared for adoption, she will most likely get a home that day. Wait, can things only be a felony in certain states? Because as far as I know, felonies are federal crimes, as in they're crimes on a national level. But anyways, that's horribly sad. Actually, no. You know what? That's a good thing, because the poodle was in a bad home, horrible home, and now it's gonna get a great home. That's always a good thing. But I really wish people would stop treating animals like jewelry or something. They're living, breathing animals, and they definitely can tell when they're being abandoned, and they definitely feel it. So don't do that to a dog. If you're not willing to give an animal a long, happy, healthy life, do not adopt it. Do not. This story's called Wild Karen Appears. Entitled Mom Thinks It's Okay to Touch Pregnant Mom Gets Slapped and Arrested. Hello everyone, I promised if I ever came across another entitled Karen, I would post, and I hope this is the right subreddit. Please excuse the grammar, I am on mobile and I just worked a 12-hour shift, you go man. So the cast, me, a rookie cop, pregnant mom, Karen. So I just started my shift and I was feeling good. I had a good dinner, all my good partners were on shift, and I was jamming out to my favorite Backstreet Boys track in my car. Then it happened. Dispatch sends out a call about a disturbance at a local coffee shop in my area. So I take the call and zoom on over. I pull up and there she is, Karen. I take one step out of my patrol car and she basically runs up to me. Now, Karen was 42 years old with that really short haircut, and I did notice that she had a big red mark on her cheek. Ma'am, is everything all right? In the most dramatic tone. Thank goodness you're here. I was just attacked by a crazy woman in the coffee shop. Okay, where is she? Karen points to a woman in the shop. I tell her to wait outside. She doesn't, and I request an additional deputy to come out. I walk inside and I see a young woman who is very angry and very pregnant. I would have to say like 7 months maybe. She's sitting at a table on her phone. I approached her and asked her what happened. So I'm in here just getting a coffee, minding my own business, when that lady, points at Karen, walks up to me and starts touching my belly. I ask her to stop, but she keeps touching me. Then when the barista sets my coffee down for me, she, Karen, takes it off the counter, hands it back to the barista and says it's illegal to sell coffee to a pregnant woman. Then she starts touching my belly again, saying that I'm a bad mom. I ask her to leave me alone and stop touching me. She then tells me she's a mother and that it's okay. She got really rough with touching my belly and I got scared. When I tried to walk away, she wouldn't stop, so I slapped a bench to get her to leave me alone. I look at Karen, who is standing by the door, rolling her eyes as pregnant mom was telling her story. My partner shows up and walks up to me. Now, my partner is an OBS, short, southern, corn-fed, mud-raised woman. I asked her to hold it down out here. I talked to the manager and several employees behind the bar. They all confirm what pregnant mom said, and the manager even brought me back to the office and showed me the security footage. All of it confirms pregnant mom's story, and on the camera, it looked like Karen was getting aggressive with the pregnant mom because pregnant mom tried to walk away, and Karen wouldn't let her stomach go. I walk out to pregnant mom. Ma'am, you want to press charges? Yes, please. I walk over to Karen. Ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to turn around and place your hands behind your back. What? You're under arrest. Side note. In my state, you can be arrested for the intentional and unlawful touching of someone. Since Karen was both aggressive and kept touching this pregnant mom, she broke the law. You can't arrest me. It is not illegal to touch a pregnant woman. You should arrest the employees of this place. They were giving coffee to a pregnant woman endangering the child. Ma'am, no, you cannot touch someone without their permission, pregnant or not. Second, there is no law that says a pregnant woman cannot drink coffee. So please turn around and place your hands behind your back. No, I am not getting arrested. I am leaving. I have to get home to my children. Karen turns to leave the store and my partner steps in front of her with a "try me." look on her face. Karen stops dead in her tracks. I took that moment and snatched her hands and put on a pair of cuffs. Karen loses it. She starts trying to get away and screams. She is flailing so hard she knocks off my body camera. I have to pick her up and carry her to my patrol car. When I get there, my partner opens the door, but Karen actually puts her feet on the panel to stop me from putting her in. My partner rolls her eyes, grabs her taser, and zaps her leg. Karen shrieks and finally gets in the car. My partner, the saint that she is, says she can do the paperwork while I take Karen to jail. So the whole ride, I'm getting told how I need to watch my back, how she knows the sheriff, how I'm going to lose my job, and how I have no idea who she is. I get her to the jail and she starts going off about her rights. She needs to talk to a lawyer and she needs to be released right now. The jail staff was looking at me with that "what unholy nightmare did you bring us" stare. So I did my report and realized I still have 9 hours on shift. Luckily, the rest of the night was not that bad. Okay, kind of unrelated. I will say this. Everyone wants to be a police officer at one point, but then the reality of actual police work hits you in the face. You think it's all action and, car chases and shootouts and stuff like that, which obviously is to be taken seriously and it's not some sort of fun thing that you should want to do, but it is badass, we can all admit. But 90% of police work is just paperwork, and I hate paperwork, oh my god. Second, coffee actually isn't bad for pregnant women. I was surprised too, because my older cousin, she's pregnant, and she kept drinking coffee. Not that much, but she would drink a cup here and there. And I would freak out at her. I was like, what is wrong with you? You're gonna kill your baby. But no, you can drink coffee if you're pregnant. Just, obviously in moderation. Former pregnant people in the comments below. How many times has someone you don't know just kinda, "Hey there, little fella," and rubbed your pregnant belly? Because I've seen that in TV shows where strangers kind of went up to pregnant women, and I just want to know if that's accurate. And also, not necessarily strangers, but just people that just kind of come up and rub your stomach. Is that weird? And is that a thing that happens a lot? I mean, I don't plan on getting pregnant myself, but it's interesting to hear about. This story's called "She Only Came to Bring Her Home." 2 weeks ago, just around Christmas, my girlfriend got into a huge fight with her mother. Her mother lives in South Korea, where my girlfriend's family is from, and has been out of her life for years until this Christmas. She wanted my girlfriend to fly out to see them for the holidays, yet refused to help her buy the things she needed, especially the plane ticket. Girlfriend and I aren't exactly well off, so forking over $1,000 to fly her out to Asia wasn't going to happen. And apparently this makes my girlfriend a lazy bench to her mother, and she blocked her number and had refused to talk to her. Even the rest of girlfriend's family has pretty much excluded her from their lives. Girlfriend didn't take this too well. She was in a foul mood for what felt like the entire 2 weeks. But about 5 days after, she gets a text. It was from her mother. She had unblocked her number and wanted to talk things out between them. Apparently, she felt like she made a mistake. Girlfriend ranted and cried to her mother in Korean, so I didn't understand a word they were saying, but eventually she started smiling, and she hung up the phone after a while. "She's coming out here to see me." Wait. Okay, I was happy for her and all that, but this was the same woman who practically disowned her for not being able to afford a plane ticket. And now suddenly she's the one who is buying the ticket to come here? It made no sense, and I was telling her something felt really fishy, but she was just so ecstatic about seeing her mom for the first time in years, and I couldn't take that feeling away from her. I was still gonna be there in case something happened though. And spoiler, something did happen. Note, her mom never met me before this, but I sent her a long message about how I felt about her after her little tirade, and she wasn't very happy with it, so I expected her to be a little pissy with me. Well, after about a week since they talked, the doorbell rang. Girlfriend went to the door, and there she was, her mother, And from the way she was dressed and the way she looked, I have a feeling she's the Asian version of a Karen. No blonde streak in her hair, but it was cut like you would see on an American Karen. They hugged tightly and cried in each other's arms, but as soon as she saw me, she let girlfriend go and reached her hand out to me. I didn't want to shake her hand, but I did. I was mostly non-existent while they caught up. She was telling me what they were telling each other in Korean, and girlfriend pretty much had to retell her life story from the day her mom left her. She told her about graduating high school and then beauty school, her ex-boyfriend who thankfully got his drunk ass arrested, and how she was living on her own until meeting me. Entitled Mother seemed to be interested in her story, but I was noticing that she seemed more interested when girlfriend had to retell the bad things that she went through. Not even a reaction out of her when she mentioned me. It eventually came to this point, and thankfully, girlfriend interpreted it for me pretty quickly. Basically, Entitled Mother, hearing about all the bad things she's gone through while being in debt from school and her abusive ex, it must have been the solid evidence to unfold her little scheme. Yep, I knew it was an act the whole time. Do you miss being home? Well, I guess, but I'm happy here. But look at what this country has done to you. Look at how you live. You can't be happy here. I am happy here, and I'm happy being here with OP. Victory dance in my head. But your whole family misses you. I miss you. Come on, we all want you back home with us. I'm not going back after what you said to me. I thought you came here to make things up to me. But I already have plans for you back home. There's a nice apartment for you to live in. There's a salon looking for a hairstylist. Everything is there and waiting for you. She then grabs girlfriend's hand and starts shouting incoherently at her in Korean. Girlfriend was trying to be reasonable and refusing to move, but her mom was getting more and more pushy and violent. So I did what I could without getting arrested, and I forced the woman off of girlfriend and towards the door, telling her to get out. I didn't understand, but girlfriend eventually told me she was blaming me for changing her daughter. I grabbed my phone to call the police, and Entitled Mother took off after girlfriend shouted what I was doing. She was shaking. I had to hold her for a minute before we could hear Entitled Mother outside, shouting at our apartment. I looked out the window. This woman was throwing stones at the house, still rambling. Yep, that's all I needed. 911 call, and 5 minutes later, 2 cops pulled up. I wanted to try and explain what was going on, but girlfriend did it for me. Please, just take her away from me. Girlfriend explained to the police about her, and that she just wants that woman out of her life and back in Asia. Both of us agreeing we won't press charges if she just gets on the next plane and leaves. They agreed, and as far as I know, they had to escort her to the airport that she had just left that morning, and had to wait 9 hours with this crazy woman that doesn't know a lick of English, and was probably yakking their ears off. I don't know anything about what happened next, but neither of us has seen Entitled Mother since. So I just assumed she got on the plane and went back home. Girlfriend apologized and knew that it was just an attempt to get her back to South Korea the whole time, but just missed her family so much and wanted to start things fresh with her mom. We are fine now, and I've been trying to get her to spend a little time with my mom, so she will at least have a mother figure in her life. We'll see how that turns out. You know what? That's a boyfriend who cares. That's some good stuff. I'm sure some of y'all in the comments below have some stories similar to this, where your significant other doesn't have much of a family of their own, be it because they're from another country or their family is horrible, something like that, and you kind of more or less adopt them into your family. Something like that. Let me know in the comments below. It's always really sweet to hear these things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.